Hey guys, how's it going? I'm hoping everybody's keeping safe out there on this kind of weird extended vacation that we got right now. Hopefully, everybody was able to get onto your Google Classrooms. I know that some teachers have already started calling students to log in or try logging in. I accepted the classrooms and I've edited some and things like that, but I haven't gotten around to calling anybody yet. Class work doesn't really start till Monday, so I'm just kind of trying to get my videos and stuff up there for right now. This is period 4, and I also have ninth period for my seventh graders, which this video is for. Um, if you have not got your distance learning packet from the district, physical copy, there is one that I put up on the page that you can use, like a digital one, kind of to work on there. So if you don't have it yet, it's right here on the main page. I also have an assignment, but I'll be coming to that later after I kind of go over the lesson. Okay. So this is pretty much the packet that I was talking about a little while ago. I just kind of have it over here on this Active Inspire program. So the third page shows you kind of a calendar of what we're going to be doing for this first week of distance learning, of learning online. On Monday, we're going to be making predictions with theoretical probability. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be comparing theoretical to experimental. And then on Thursday and Friday, we're going to be doing measures of central tendency. Okay. So today I'm going to be going over this one right here for Monday, which is making predictions with theoretical probability. Now, I kind of went over this in class already a little bit before, spring break started and all this craziness happened. I talked about theoretical and we talked about experimental. So, we're going to go over it again a little bit. You're going to have 5 questions you're going to have to answer, and those are on page 2 and 3. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with page 1, which is a resource. I'm going to go over this part right here. Okay. So on page 1, we're talking about experimental. I'm not sure if that was a mistake on their part because they put theoretical, but we're working with experimental. So some stuff that you might already know: a compound event includes 2 or more simple events, like spinning a spinner, rolling a die, picking whatever out of a bag. That's an event, right? A simple event. Now, the possible outcomes of flipping a coin are heads and tails, which is 2 outcomes. A spinner is divided into 4 equal sections, each one a different color: blue, red, yellow, green, right? Here they are: red, yellow, blue, green. So this one would have 4 different possibilities, right? Coin only has 2, the spinner has 4. So if you toss a coin and then spin a spinner, there are 8 possible outcomes. You can get heads with red, heads with yellow, heads with blue, heads with green, which is 6. And then you can get tails with red, tails with yellow, tails with blue, tails with green. That's 4. I'm sorry, 4 and 4, which is 8 total possible outcomes. Basically, what you got to do is multiply the outcomes for the coin times the outcomes of the spinner. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. Now, to find the experimental probability that the next trial will have an outcome of tails and blue. So they want to know, what is the probability? What are the chances that you're going to get tails when you flip the coin and you're going to get blue when you spin the spinner? Okay. Now, based off of this table, which is an experimental table, they actually ran the experiment a certain amount of times and they wrote down how many times they got each one. They got tails with blue, 7 times. Okay. Out of all the times that they did this experiment. Okay. So find the number of times tails and blue was the outcome. We already did that. 7. Find the total number of trials. So here what they're doing is they're adding all of these numbers here: 9, 11, 11, 14, 10, 12, 7, and 6. You add them all together. And let me circle the 7 again in a different color because that's the one that we're looking at. You're going to add all those numbers together to find the total number of trials. So here, all of those numbers equals 80. Okay, don't forget the 7. Even though that's what we're looking for, you have to add that because that is part of the total. Okay, and then you're going to write the ratio. And this is how you write the ratio. It's number of tails and blue, which was 7, to the number of trials. It's 7 over 80. So here, your answer, your probability of getting tails and blue is 7 out of 80. You have a 7 out of 80 chance, according to this experiment, that you would get tails and blue. And that's it, guys. It's nothing difficult. It's nothing crazy. I'm actually not even going to ask you to simplify for now. Once we get into maybe the lesson on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll kind of start talking about simplifying as well. But for the 5 questions that you're going to answer today or whenever it is you get to them, you're not going to have to simplify. I'm not going to ask you to simplify. So I'm going to do one with you all, one more, and then you're going to work on the next 5 on your own. It says a store hands out yogurt samples. peach, vanilla, or strawberry. That's 3 different samples, 3 different, things you can get. Each flavor comes in regular or low fat. That's 2 different options. By 2 p.m., the store had given out these samples. So first off, how many different possibilities am I going to have? Well, what is 3 times 2? Well, that's 6. So I'm going to have 6 different possibilities. You can see them here. Regular with peach, right? Regular with vanilla, and regular with strawberry. That's 3. Then I can have low fat with peach, low fat with vanilla, low fat with strawberry. That's another 3. So I have 6 possible outcomes, okay? So what is the total number of samples given out? That's the first thing we're going to do. Total number of samples, okay? That's 6. We just figured that out. They don't want to know how many, well, actually, yeah, they do. I'm sorry. They want to know how many they actually gave out. So here I'm going to add all of these together, okay? So let's do that first. I got 16, 48. If you want to chunk it and do, 3 and then another 3, like let's say I'm going to do the first 3 and then these 3, and I'm going to add those together so it's not too crazy, okay? So 9 and 8 is 17, plus 6 is 23, carry the 2. 2, 3, 4 is 7, and 1 more is 8. Let me make sure I did that right. 3, 7, 8, yes, okay? Here I'm going to get 2 and 5 is 7, 3 and 3 is 6, plus 5 is 11. So now I'm going to add those together because I want total. So 117 and 83 is going to be 200. Okay, so it was 200 total samples given out. What is the experimental probability that the next sample will be regular vanilla? So I'm going to look for regular, I'm going to look for vanilla, and there it is right there, 19. But it's 19 out of 200, right? Or 19 over 200. What is the experimental probability that the next sample will be strawberry? It doesn't say regular or low fat. It just says strawberry. So I have to look at both of these numbers and add them together. 55 and 30 is 85. So there's an 85 out of 200 chance, or 85 over 200, of getting strawberry on the next sample. And then the last one wants to know, what is the experimental probability that the next sample will not be peach? So if it's not peach, it's everything else. So now I have to add up, and let me get a different color. I have to add up, I have to add up all these numbers over here because I want to know not these vanilla and strawberry are not peach. And they wanted to know not be peach, right? So I'm going to add up these now, all 4 of these. So 55 and 30 is 85. 19 and 32, that's 40, 51. And I'm going to add those together. 6, 13. So I have 136 out of 200, or 136 over 200. And again, we can simplify technically number 3 and number 4, but for now I'm going to leave them as is because I don't want you all to be worried about something else. We'll talk about simplifying another day, but for now, just leave them unsimplified. I know I'm going to have some students that are going to want to simplify them, and they can do that, but the answers that I have in the quiz are unsimplified. So just know that if you simplify them and you try to put that in, it's going to count it wrong, okay? So for now, just leave them unsimplified, and on another assignment, I'll tell you, okay, now you can start simplifying. Okay, so what you're going to be working on is the next 5 questions on the next 2 pages, okay? So on the first page, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on the second page, you have 5, okay? You're going to answer those questions. Now, on the Google Classroom page, you're going to click right here where it says classwork. Again, this is 4th period. Yours would say 9 if you're in the 9th period. You're going to click classwork, and you're going to click this first one right here. It's going to take you to this. It's going to bring this little tab down. You're going to click right here where it says Google Forms, Monday, March 30th. And it's going to take you to this page here. Now, this is a Google form. It says experimental probability of 3 end tails. That was question 1. What is the experimental probability? That it will be toss and spin will be 3 end tails. I just copied the question. So you're going to put your answer here. Now, the way you're going to write your answer in is you can type in, let's say the answer is 3 over 8. Use the /. It's by the shift button, okay, for your fraction. Or you can write 3 over 8. Either way will count it right. But if you try to do any other way, it's not going to count it. Okay. Again, 3 /8 if you want to write the fraction, or 3/8 if you want to write it in words. Okay. So either one of those ways, it will count it right. Once you answer all 5, and you notice each one counts for 20 points. Once you answer all 5, you're gonna click submit, and it'll show me who has turned it in and who has not. Okay. So please try to get it done. As soon as you watch the video, so you can go back and kind of see how to do it, and I can get a grade for you guys. Until then, guys, try to keep safe, please. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're staying in as much as possible. If your parents are going to the grocery stores or anything like that, please don't go with them. I know that you want to get out and stuff, but try to stick around your house. Go to the backyard or your front yard, 6 feet away from people. This thing is spreading, and it's spreading fast, guys. And I don't want anybody to, have to go through this virus, So keep safe, guys, and I'll see you at the next video.